right, so you think you've seen everything that Dallas has to offer. Yeah, not even close. Because what's coming in 2025 is the kind of stuff that'll have you doing a double take of the skyline. And then have you asking, wait, is that a universal theme park? I'm talking new billion-dollar districts, Michelin star level food spots finally making waves in Texas, immersive art experiences that look like you stepped into another dimension, and even a music venue, museum in Deep Ellum dedicated to the legends from Beyonce to Willie Nelson. And the best part of it all, guys, this ain't some touristy list full of basic headlines, right? This is the real stuff. The kind of moves that locals have been waiting for years. And this is the kind of things that'll make someone planning to move to Dallas say, okay, yeah, I think I'm in for this. So if you've really been wondering, is Dallas still growing? Is there anything new worth paying attention to? I want you to buckle up because I found 20 major things, yes, 20 of them, that's gonna completely change things this year. So I definitely want you to stay tuned. So here's how we're gonna do this, right? This isn't just a countdown. We're walking through the real stuff that's shaping the future of Dallas. You know, some of these are massive projects finally breaking ground. Some of these are long-awaited openings, and some others are, make you stop mid-scroll and just be like, wait, that's coming here for real? It only makes sense to kick this off with something that's not just big, but magical. So yes, it's official, guys. Frisco is getting its own universal theme park, and not just any park. This one is going to be specifically designed for families with the younger kiddos. I want you to forget the mega coasters and the chaotic lines. This is going to be that scaled down version, fully immersive experience that's going to be made to be fun, manageable, and 100% family focused. We're talking about the colorful storybook worlds, the interactive character zones, and those gentle rides for your 5-year-old so they can actually get on without screaming in terror. But this isn't just some side project, right? Universal pulled out the big guns for this because it's launching inside of the Fields development. You know, that $10 billion master plan community in Frisco? Yeah, that one is going to be backed by Jerry Jones, and it's going to cover over 2,500 acres. Yeah, I think that's why they call it the Fields. I mean, Universal Park will sit alongside new walkable town centers, splashy restaurants, hotels, and nature trails. It's really the kind of setup that makes you think twice about booking a trip to Florida when you've got the magic right in your backyard. And listen, if you've got kids or you're moving here and want to know which areas are about to skyrocket in family appeal, let's really talk about it. So whether it's Frisco, whether it's Salina, Prosper, we know the neighborhoods, guys. We know the schools and all of the hidden gems. So if you're thinking about making a move, feel free to reach out. All of our contact info's down in the description below and pinned to the top of the chat. Now, while the kids are getting next level playgrounds, the grown-ups, yeah, we're gonna get to our own things as well, right? Enter the terminal at Katy Trail, right? So I want you to picture this. You're up on a morning stroll down Katy Trail, but instead of just joggers and bikers, you're passing this luxury limestone building inspired by Grand Central Station, complete with all the arches. You get the balconies, rooftop gardens, and inside, a mix of fine dining, private lounges, boutique shopping, and million-dollar condos that literally overlook the trail. This is gonna be the terminal, and it's bringing uptown Dallas a whole new type of level of elegance. Set to open up in 2025, this development isn't just about luxury. It's about changing the feel of uptown altogether. It's elevating the experience from party patios and apartment towers to something that feels custom built for lifestyle lovers. You're still gonna have that walkability. It's curated, and it's kind of a flex to be over there. You'll really be able to live here, dine here, entertain here, and do it all while soaking up some of the best skyline views in the city. It's part architecture and part experience, and it's gonna change how people think about living near the trail. And speaking of high standards, right, Dallas is finally getting the global recognition it deserves in another area as well. Because next up, we're talking about Michelin, as in the Michelin Guide. And yes, it is finally happening. So here's the deal. Dallas has been cooking for years. Literally, we've got chefs out here putting in work, from underground pop-ups to full-blown tasting menus that'll leave you speechless. And now, it's finally getting the spotlight that it deserves. So in November 2024, the Michelin Guide officially launched their inaugural Texas edition, spotlighting exceptional restaurants across the state, including right here in downtown Dallas. Now, while the Michelin presence is still fresh here, the 2025 buzz is still very, very real. Inspectors have already been spotted doing anonymous visits to hotspots across Lower Greenville, over in Bishop Arts and Uptown, and yes, even Fort Worth's making the shortlist. This means that for the first time, Dallas's chefs could be competing on a global stage with those 5 stars, telling the world that we're certified elite. So let's talk about the real contenders. You've got Gemma, you got Sachet, you got Cattleback Barbecue, Lucia, Monarch, and Rye, just to name a few, right? These aren't just best in Dallas restaurants. These are the kind of spots that New York and LA foodies fly in for. And don't get it twisted. Michelin's presence does way more than just hand out stars, right? It boosts tourism, it elevates restaurant culture, and you can literally change a neighborhood if you wanted to. Just 1 star can turn a local chef into a national name overnight. It's really a game changer if we're talking. So whether you're a foodie, a fine dining snob, or just someone who loves a good Instagrammable plate, you're about to have even more reasons to eat your way through the city in 2025. Now, while the city's getting star power in the kitchen, there's something just as transformative happening outdoors, and it's right in the heart of Dallas. Because the next project we're talking about, it's not just a restaurant, it's not just a high-rise, it's a literal reinvention of nature inside of the city. And this is going to change how we live, move, and breathe in Dallas starting in 2025. Have you ever took a look at Dallas' skyline and thought, we've got buildings, but where's the park? Yeah. It's coming, and in a major way. Welcome to the Trinity River Park, a 200+ acre mega green space that's about to flip the southern edge of downtown into Dallas's version of Central Park, but with a whole lot more swag. We're talking about trails, lakes, overlook, public art, playgrounds, dog zone, and just straight up open air vibes for days. Look, this isn't gonna be like a pocket park. This is gonna be a city-defining outdoor space designed to reconnect us to the river that basically built Dallas in the first place. And the crazy wild part about all this is the land's already there. This is about activating it, making it usable, beautiful, and something people actually show off when they visit downtown and not something to avoid. Look, phase 1 is officially underway in 2025 with the first wave of trails, elevated boardwalks, and gathering spaces getting the green light. You're gonna see everything from live music on the lawn to people running with strollers and food trucks parked with the smoked meat energy. So yeah, grab a picnic blanket, charge your phone, and get ready to actually hang outdoors in Dallas without driving 30 minutes to the suburbs. Look, Trinity River Park is the hangout we've all been waiting for, and it's finally showing up. And speaking of showing up, Dallas's healthcare is doing something just as game-changing. We're getting a $5 billion pediatric hospital campus, and that is taking shape as we speak. Now, not everything big in Dallas is a skyscraper or a stadium. Sometimes it's a legacy-level move to change lives. And that's exactly what's happening in the medical district. In true Texas fashion, Children's Health and UT Southwestern said, let's not just expand healthcare, let's reinvent it. And they're not playing because they're putting $5 million behind it. Look, this new pediatric campus is not just a hospital. It's an entire health city for kids. We're talking 4.7 million square feet, 3 state-of-the-art towers, and over 550 inpatient beds, and that's just the blueprints. Inside here, it's all about next-gen care, a level 1 pediatric trauma center, a fully integrated fetal care center. Yes, fetal surgery is on the table here, and a brand new bridge connecting directly to UT Southwestern's flagship hospital, because when the minutes matter, everything has to be seamless. But here's the part that really hits home. Dallas is planning ahead for the next 25 years with our pediatric population set to double by 2050. Look, this campus is built to grow with us. It's a literal investment in our future generation, and 2025 is when you'll start to see pieces come together. But look, let's not ignore the love behind it. The Pogue family dropped $100 million on this one for a donation, the largest donation in children's health history. So to help bring this vision to life, that's not hype, right? That's heart. So while the cranes are rising, the foundations are being poured, what you're really seeing is the future of healing rising right in the heart of Dallas. So I'm super excited to announce we just released our Reload Ready bundle. This is a bundle that gives you our knowledge of the Metroplex, the best areas, best food spots, best schools, and overall what to expect. And lastly, we're gonna give you access to our preferred property list. This is when builders have inventory that they need to move. They call and give us first dibs. These are gonna be those discounted properties you won't find on Realtor or Zillow.com. So if you want exclusive access, click the link below, become a part of our inner circle where we say less and pay less. Now, back to the video you were watching. Now, while that's a different kind of powerful, let's pivot from life-saving to lifestyle building, because up in Frisco, a $10 billion smart city is starting to move, and it might just blow your mind. I mean, Frisco was already flexing with the Star and Legacy West, but what's happening next is full on level up. The Fields is gonna be a $10 billion, 2,500 acre mega development that's not just adding homes, it's building a whole lifestyle ecosystem from the ground up. We're talking about golf resorts, luxury estates, walkable retail, corporate campuses, and yeah, even a friggin' theme park. And at the center of it all is gonna be Fields West. This is gonna be a new urban core that's bringing big city energy to the North Dallas suburbs. Imagine high-end shopping, rooftop dining, luxury apartments, Class A office space, all woven into one walkable district with major Legacy West vibes, just done much bigger, newer, and way flashier. And then let's not forget PGA Frisco, aka the Silicon Valley of golf. So 2 championship golf courses, a $500 million resort, and new headquarters of the PGA of America, right? This isn't just for weekend golfers. This is a destination. But it gets even better. In the same community, you've got the Universal Kids Resort rising, what we just talked about, and that's gonna be down the street. And the craziest part, it all fits in the Fields. But the Fields isn't just for tourists or millionaires either. It's also got residential villages, parks, 20+ miles of trails, and space for schools and families. So whether you're raising kids or raising capital, this is where the future is headed. Now, if you think a project like this doesn't shake up the entirety of the Dallas Metroplex, just wait in 2025 when the major phases start opening up. Frisco's not just on the map anymore, it's in the spotlight. Now, while we're speaking about these destination vibes, let's head back into the heart of Dallas where luxury is reaching new heights. Look, it's really time to talk about the elephant in the room, and that's gonna be the Four Seasons Hotel that's about to touch down in downtown Dallas. Look, Dallas doesn't just build hotels, we build icons. And the Four Seasons Hotel over in Turtle Creek is shaping up to be the next crown jewel in our skyline. Listen, this one is set to rise 35 stories tall, and they're putting $750 million into this project. I'd say that's kind of a stake. This one is gonna have over 233 hotel rooms, 118 luxury condominiums, and it's gonna be designed to offer an unparalleled experience for both guests and residents. And let's talk about the amenities, because that's usually next level, right? So we're getting 2 pools, a 15,000 square foot private club, multiple bars and restaurants, and a 10,000 square foot ballroom. Look, it's the kind of place where every detail is curated for luxury. But it's not just about the opulence, right? The design is going to be a collaboration between Pele Clark and the partners at HKS Inc., ensuring that the tower will be a standout in the Turtle Creek corridor. And with the location at the intersection of Turtle Creek Boulevard and Cedar Springs Road, you're in the heart of Dallas's most vibrant neighborhood. Listen, construction is slated to begin soon with an expected opening date late in 2027. And when it does, it's not just adding to the skyline, it's gonna redefine it. Now look, those luxury high rises and skyline views are great, but what happens when you combine tech, innovation, and community and then drop that right into the edge of downtown? Yeah. Up next, we're talking about the project that's not changing how Dallas looks, but changing how you think. All right, if you haven't been paying attention to what's happening just south of downtown, let me catch you up, because the Cedars is about to go from gritty to groundbreaking. We're talking about the New Park Smart District. This is gonna be a massive $3.5 billion play to turn this corner of Dallas into a tech-powered next-gen community hub. I want you to think about Silicon Valley vibes with Dallas attitude. This isn't some vague future plan either. It's happening as we speak. The first 38-story tower is already in the pipeline, packed with office space, housing, retail, and smart tech woven right into every square inch. We're talking AI-ready infrastructure, sustainability baked into the blueprints and designs that mean they're gonna attract the next wave of startups, creatives, and those digital nomads. And what's happening right across the street from there? That's where So Good comes in. This is gonna be a connected district loaded with cultural space, art installations, and real community energy. It's not just where you work, it's where you grab lunch at a food hall, check out the local muralist, and catch a live show after hours. I mean, the whole area is being reimagined, from forgotten warehouses to future-forward playgrounds. And in 2025, this is when it really starts to take shape. So if you really want to see what the future of urban Dallas looks like, it's right here rising in the Cedars. And while we're on the subject of future, Plano's been making quite a little pivot of its own. But instead of the tech scene, it's going all in on biotech. So let's talk about the Texas Research Quarter, which is about to drop just off as Highway 75. So look, you've seen Plano crush it with the corporate HQs, Toyota, JP Morgan, Liberty Mutual, but now it's making a bold move into a whole new lane, and that's gonna be the biotech sector. So I want you to say hello to the Texas Research Quarter. This is gonna be a $4 billion life sciences super campus, which is about to turn a sleepy stretch of land in Southeast Plano into the epicenter of innovation. But this isn't your average office park. This is gonna be a 270-acre powerhouse designed for pharmaceutical giants, lab startups, clinical researchers, and a lot of tech engineers, all working side by side in cutting-edge master plan ecosystems. I want you to think Boston Innovation District, but with better barbecue and less snow. This one's gonna be backed by Next Point, and this plan calls for, research and development facilities, advanced manufacturing spaces, green belts, and hotels. Yeah, this is gonna be a big one, and it's all positioned just off of Highway 75 with easy access to the DFW airport, so investors, scientists, and talent from around the world can plug right into this. Look, this campus is more than real estate. It's a declaration. Plano isn't just where you move for the schools and golf communities anymore. It's where the future of healthcare and bioscience is being built. And with the first major construction moves happening in 2025, it's not a dream anymore. This is happening as we speak. So whether you're relocating, recruiting, or just dreaming of what's next for North Texas, you better keep your eye on this one and keep it on your radar, because Plano's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. But now let's take a sharp left turn from high-tech labs to something that feels like you stepped inside of a dream, a maze, or maybe even art gallery, all at the same damn time. Let's talk about the wildest thing coming to Grapevine in 2025. Okay, this one is strictly for your inner kid, your artsy cousin, and that one friend who's way too into alternative dimensions. Because Meow Wolf is officially in Grapevine, and it's not just weird, it's brilliantly weird. Listen, this place is called The Real Unreal, and trust me, it definitely lives up to the name. I want you to imagine walking into what looks like a totally normal suburban house, and then boom, you're inside of a trippy neon forest. Open the fridge, and it's a portal. Step through a closet, now you're in some glow-in-the-dark cosmic dinner. This isn't a museum, guys. It's a full-blown sci-fi fever dream built into 40,000 square feet of mind melt. It's part art installation, part interactive story, and part what did I just even experience? And the really coolest part about this is there's over 100 artists, including a bunch from right here in Texas, that helped to bring it to life. Look, you're not coming here just to look at the art. You're here to explore. You're here to crawl through it. You're here to get lost in it. And quite frankly, families love it, creatives love it. And if you've got guests that are visiting from out of town, this is a spot you bring them when you want to show off how Dallas is just different. So yeah, after you've bent reality inside a Meow Wolf and crawled through a neon fridge, you might be wondering, what's next, guys? Well, how about stepping into the world of your favorite shows, literally? Let's talk about what's coming to the Galleria that's got everybody binge watching in real life. You streamed it, you memed it, and now in 2025, you can walk right into it. Listen, Netflix is opening one of its first ever Netflix house locations right here in Dallas at the Galleria Mall. And let me tell you, it's not just some little pop-up, right? This is a full-blown immersive eat, shop, snap, and repeat experience. I want you to picture this, right? You're grabbing themed snacks from Stranger Things scoops, then you wander into a Bridgerton-inspired ballroom. Next thing you know, you're getting Squid Game level competitive with your friends in a Lifestyles Challenge ring. This place is set to take over 100,000 square feet of former retail space and really turn it into this ultimate Netflix fan zone. We're talking about themed restaurants, interactive installations, a full-blown merch playground, and content drops that rotate with your latest obsessions. And it's not just for tourists. This is the kind of place locals are gonna hit up on date nights, birthdays, or just, I wanna vibe inside the Witcher energy. Look, it's gonna be content meets culture meets chaos, all in the best type of way. And let's be real, Netflix choosing Dallas as one of the first cities in the world to open this, that's big time. And it really shows you where our city is headed. So if you're the kind of person that already plans their weekend around what's trending on Netflix, just know that in 2025, you'll be living it in real life right at the Galleria Mall. And while Netflix is bringing fiction to life, another part of Dallas is bringing something very real back to life in a corner of the city with a $5 billion comeback story. Check this. Have you ever drove past Reunion Tower and thought, man, what even happened here, right? Empty lots, a few parking decks, nothing but potential, right? Well, potential is finally cashing in because in 2025, we're officially witnessing the comeback of this Dallas legend. Listen, I want you to say hello to the Reunion District redevelopment. This is going to be a jaw-dropping $5 billion transformation of one of downtown's most iconic and pretty much forgotten corners of the city. Here's what's coming, right? You're going to get 3,000 plus new apartments, a skyline-piercing hotel, millions of square feet of office space, and central green space bigger than your cousin's backyard at the wedding. And you're probably also going to get some retail that's actually walkable worth your Saturday, right? And get this, there's affordable housing built into the plan as well. Not just the luxury towers. This one is going to be for everybody. And it's not just another development. This is going to be a state. It's downtown Dallas finally filling the gap between Reunion Tower and that convention center. It's people living, working, and actually hanging out in downtown again. And with the new convention center overhaul rolling out at the same time, this area is about to go from forgotten to flagship. So yeah, remember the dead zone over there next to that Hyatt hotel? In a few years, you're gonna wish you bought a condo with the skyline view because that's gonna keep that skyline energy going. And next up, we're gonna jump over to South Victory Park, where even more high rises are stacking up fast. Look, Victory Park has been leveling up for years now, but just when you thought it was done, nah, fam, this next phase is gonna be different. We're talking about South Victory Park, and the energy out here is electric. Listen, they got cranes in the air, foundations pouring, and high rises popping up like it's skyline season. But let me break things down for you. First up, Hines is back at it again. So you know the same folks that brought us the Victor? They've already broken ground on a brand new 23-story tower with nearly 500 residential units and a parking garage big enough to host a car convention if you want. It's gonna be sleek, it's gonna be sexy, it's gonna be designed for the people who wanna live inside the center of everything. Next, you've got the Novair Group jumping into the Victory Place as well. This is gonna be another 25-story beauty going up right next to the AAC Center. And this one brings even more apartments plus ground level retail so you can walk out of your building and straight into brunch or to the gym or to a boutique or all three if you built like that. And here's the really nice cherry on top. Loop Plaza is coming. Think of it like an urban jungle meets public art space, literally built into the retaining wall that separates Victory from the design district. It's gonna connect the neighborhoods with trails, hangout zones, and the kind of Insta-worthy views that influencers are lining up for. Look, this whole South Victory explosion, it's not just more apartments, it's a lifestyle. It's walkable, it's luxurious, and it's pushing the edge of what Dallas's urban living looks like in the middle of the city. So if you've been sleeping on Victory Park, consider this your wake-up call. So now that we've gone vertical as well, let's go interactive, because just a few blocks away, there's a new wave of digital art and immersive tech lighting up at AT&T Discovery District. Listen, downtown Dallas is doing more than just glowing up. It's straight up digitized. Look, right in the middle of our city, the AT&T Discovery District has become the spot where tech, art, food, and straight up vibes just all come and smash together. And in 2025, it's on a whole new level, right? Let's start with the obvious, that massive 100-foot tall media wall. And it's not just about playing ads, it's beaming full-blown video art shows, concert streams, light shows, and motion reactive animations that turn a basic downtown stroll into a full sensory trip. It's giving Times Square energy, but just way cool. And then there's gonna be the glow, right? This is a 30-foot tall LED covered dome dome that isn't just for the decoration. It's fully interactive. So you can step inside and the entire space reacts to you in real time. It's like stepping into a sci-fi movie if the sci-fi movie had great selfies. On the flip side, if you want food, they've got all of that too, right? The Exchange Food Hall is a straight up cheat code for lunch with over a dozen curated restaurants, fusion eats, and chill patio seating right in the middle of all the action. And don't sleep on the video art night. It's like a gallery opening, a tech demo, and a street party all rolled into one. I mean, you got DJs, LED installations, people posted up with a drink in one hand and their jaw on the floor. It's that kind of a night, right? And the bottom line is the Discovery District is proof that Dallas isn't just keeping up. It's setting the pace, and if you're thinking this digital wonderland is wild, wait until you see what's coming to connect the whole city from the suburbs all the way to the airport. All right, so let's talk about the dark silver line, right? Now that's about to change the game all the way through and through. Listen, have you ever tried getting from Plano to the DFW airport at 5 p.m.? It's really like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube with your elbows. But in 2025, Dallas finally is gonna hit go on one of the biggest transit upgrades that we've seen in decades. Like I said, it's gonna be the dark silver line, and this one is gonna be a 26-mile beast stretching from Shiloh Road in East Plano all the way to Terminal B at DFW. And this is gonna be hitting 7 cities along the route, right? Including Richardson, Addison, Carrollton, Coppell, and I think Grapevine. And no, this isn't some someday maybe project. The train is 85% complete and already in testing mode. We're talking 10 all-new stations connecting the Tex Rail and the A train and the other dark lines as rail. So what does all this mean, right? It means you get to ditch your car, skip traffic, and actually arrive on time like a boss. So whether you're commuting, heading to a game, or hopping a flight, the Silver Line is about to change how you move through the Metroplex, and 2025 is when it really gets real. So now that we've really got the wheels turning, let's take that momentum and turn it into something even better. Check this out. So when downtown turns full nerd in the best way possible, I want you to picture this, right? You're walking through the K. Bailey Hutcherson Convention Center, and suddenly you're face to face with John Cena, Michael J. Fox, and Orlando Bloom. No, this isn't a fever dream you're suffering from. It's the Fan Expo Dallas, and it's easily one of the biggest celebrity events hitting the city in 2025. This is where cosplay meets Comic-Con meets straight up pop culture. I'm talking thousands of fans, full costumes, lightsabers, wands, and swords. It's like chaos in the best way possible. And this year's guest list, it's really stacked, right? You got everything from the 80s icons like Michael J. Fox to the action stars like John Cena to fantasy royalty like Orlando Bloom. And it's like someone let ChatGPT build the perfect convention lineup, and they actually listen. So there's gonna be photo ops, Q&As, live panels, autograph sessions, exclusive merch drops, and just pure unfiltered fandom energy wall to wall. So whether you're into Marvel, Star Wars, anime, horror flicks, or just here for the vibes, it's a full weekend of unapologetic celebration. This is gonna be going on May the 30th to June 1st, and downtown Dallas just becomes the nerdiest, loudest, happiest place on earth. And honestly, we're all here for it. So yeah, if you see a guy dressed up like Darth Vader waiting in line for an autograph from Michael J. Fox, it's probably one of those situations where it's only happening in Dallas. And what's crazy is, and just a few blocks from here, we're about to get something completely different, especially from the esports perspective. So let's talk about the biggest esports event on the planet dropping right in the heart of Dallas this May, right? The Intel Extreme Masters is coming back to Dallas in 2025, and it's not just a gaming tournament. It's a full-blown international esports festival that turns the city into ground zero for competitive gaming. Look, picture this. Thousands of fans screaming, giant LED boards tracking every single headshot, every clutch play, every insane comeback, and players on stage with more pressure than the NBA Finals in overtime. I mean, these pros, they're not messing around, right? They've trained for years, and now they're competing for $250,000 in prize pool money in front of a live global live stream audience. And listen, even if you don't know a frag from a flashbang, you'll definitely still be entertained. This event is going to be production level bonkers, smoke machines, intro music, hype videos, and that type of crowd energy that makes you want to fist bump with a 12-year-old in a Pikachu hoodie. Look, Dallas is one of the only cities in North America hosting an IEM stop, and that's going to really be a big deal. We're talking about teams flying in from Europe, South America, Asia, the best of the best, all competing right here in the DFW. And whether you're a hardcore gamer or just tagging along for the food trucks and the merch tables, this is the kind of live event that pulls you into the moment. So yeah, May the 19th to the 25th, look, cancel your plans. You're going to Intel Extreme, and your inner 14-year-old is going to thank you all for it. Now check this. Now, while the kids are all melting pixels inside, the grown folks are headed outdoors to something a little, dustier, a little rowdier, and way more country. Now look, there's concerts, and then there's the Outlaw Music Festival. Look, this one doesn't just hit different. It brings the Texas soul with it. And in 2025, Dallas is hosting the rowdiest reunion of Rebel legends. And on the 5th of July at Dos Equis Pavilion, who do you think is headlining? Just a little trio called Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and the Yvette Brothers. Look guys, this show is not just gonna be a vibe, it's gonna be a lifestyle. You're showing up for the dusty boots, the whiskey energy, and the smell of smoked brisket in the morning. And they're gonna be playing those type of songs that get passed down for like family recipes. And the crazy thing is on July 5th, which is gonna be the day after the fireworks. So we're still gonna be going strong. But this time the explosions are all gonna be on the stage, right? Now after you swayed under the Texas Stars to Willie and Dylan, you might think the stage is gonna be clear. But nah, Frisco's got one more encore for you, and it's not just a guitar solo. It's the World Cup size mic drop. Okay, so let's talk about this last point here, but you don't get to check out early. Frisco's not playing around in 2025, guys. In fact, they're really getting ready for the biggest show on earth, the FIFA World Cup, and they're kicking things off with a $182 million blow up to Toyota Stadium. And this isn't some fresh coat of paint we're talking about, right? They're about to rip it up, rebuild it, and give it that new energy. First off, say goodbye to the sunburns and swamp seats. They're installing European-style roofs over the main stands, so fans don't leave looking like they fell asleep on the tanning. And because everything's bigger in Texas, they're slapping on the largest LED video board in any soccer-specific stadium in the United States. You'll be able to see the replay from Plano if you want to. Look, add in the brand new suites, the expanded club lounges, upgraded food spots, finally more bathrooms, and it's a whole new vibe. But look, here's the twist, right? It doesn't stop at the stadium. When you look at around it, there's gonna be a full live, work, and play district. I want you to think office towers, a hotel, restaurants, retail, high-rise apartments, all orbiting around the stadium like it's the center of the universe. And then when 2026 hits, Frisco's not just hosting games, they're hosting the world. So yeah, the final spot on this list goes to the stadium that's about to have its own international close-up, and they're making sure we look like the moment. So from the billion-dollar bills to global spotlight events, we're not just growing, guys, we're leveling up all the way. And if you're sitting there thinking, yo, I need to get in on this, you're really not wrong. So whether you're relocating, moving locally, or just trying to figure out where the best tacos within the walking distance are to your next build or your job, listen, I got you. Don't forget to reach out. And if you want to learn more about the Dallas Metroplex, then we created a whole playlist and you can check those out right there.